Hello guys, welcome back to another Timeless video. Of course, we're doing Timeless, and today I have a really sweet one, and I gotta say, I think this one is also competitive as well. We are doing Demia Control today. Lurrus of the Dream then is our companion. Yes, we're playing a Lurrus control deck? How is that even possible? How is that even a thing? So I don't know who exactly originated the idea. Maybe it was actually Mistman, who's like the historic control, master. But this is certainly a thing that I copied from the historic metagame and the decks that were played there. This deck was very popular in the historic arena championship, which took place in I think September this year. And the core is very much the same as there. You have Snapcaster and Orcish Bowmaster, but of course here in Timeless we get Memory Lapse, Counterspell, Dig Through Time, and Brainstorm on top of all of that, plus Mystic Sanctuary. So yeah, some nice, upgrades to what you have available to you in Historic, of course. So especially the Counterspell department, really. That's the big part. The Counterspell department is a lot stronger, and of course that's very nice for a blue control deck. And then Dig Through Time is just insanely good card draw spell, and Brainstorm is nice to have as well, of course, when you're playing a Snapcaster deck. And this might just line up kind of well in this format, where there's, a lot of these low to the ground, grindy decks that play like one drop, Orcish Bowmaster and all that, and you go a little bit bigger. You're still very low to the ground, you have a lot of cheap removal, but you do go a bit bigger. Yeah, and that's what we got here. So individual choices, I guess, for push is a pretty standard stuff. We need more one-drop removal, and black doesn't have the greatest besides that, but it does have some playable ones. I couldn't really decide which one's better, Bloodchief first or Cut Down. Instant speed is really important, especially against Ragavan. Bloodchief first can kill a planeswalker or a bigger creature later on. I don't know, it could be a 2-1 split, like in favor of Cut Down as well. Playing one random Spell Pierce just to get people, play one Cling to Dust, just have some graveyard interaction. The main deck is nice. Of course, 4 Bowmaster because that card is ridiculous. And then we're playing 4 Counterspell, 2 Memory Lapse, and 1 Change the Equation. Bit random. I could see that the Change the Equation is also a Memory Lapse, but Memory Lapse is not a hard counter. And I think Change the Equation just, it hits a lot of stuff in this format. A lot of things are like either red or green that are important, or cost 2 or less mana, so it just counters a Bowmaster as well. It just seems like a pretty nice card in this format. I have Sheoldred's Edict in here as well. Could also have like Eliminate in that slot. It gets rid of bigger creatures, and then most importantly is, just like Eliminate, the best answer we have against Oko, Thief of Crowns, or like a Teferi Time Reveler, although I have not played against Teferi Time Reveler in this format yet, and so Sheoldred's Edict sort of does that as well. It's a bit worse against like a board where your opponent has Ragavan and Orcish Bowmaster, and you kind of need to kill the Ragavan or like whatever, like it doesn't target, so it's a bit worse in that regard than Eliminate. So I could see making that swap. All right, and yeah, Sauron's Ransom. That one is really nice as well. Really good at filling up your Dig Through Time, filling up your graveyard for Lurrus, filling up your graveyard for Snapcaster Mage. Just an awesome card. The one card that I'm not playing, that these control decks played in Historic, is Archmage's Charm. I think that one is just a bit unnecessary and too clunky. I just want to have my deck be cheap. With Brainstorm and Dig Through Time and Soul Ransom and Snapcaster, we're not gonna run out of cards, especially also not having Mystic Sanctuary. And it evens up the mana base a little bit, because I feel like I want to fetch Swamp maybe sometimes early on as well to preserve life total, which is a nice thing about this deck, right? You can preserve your life total kind of well. You can then play Takenuma easily, so yeah. Although, I guess Mystic Sanctuary and Archmage's Charm go very well together because you do want a bunch of islands in this deck. Like, you could afford to play Archmage's Charm, definitely. Like, you can trim down a Swamp, 2 non-blue sources, and be happy. I just felt like it's not needed because, and it's also a little clunky, but we'll see. I have that on my mind. I will see how the games play out and then see from there. I really like Takenuma here because it does get rid of does get Lurrus back. Some people in Historic play like Hive of the Eye Tyrant, but I really hate that with Counterspell. In Historic, you don't have Counterspell, so you can afford to do that, right? Because you just have like make disappear and change the equation as Counterspells on turn 2. But with Counterspell, but you do have Archmage's Charm. Actually, like people did that. They played Hive of the Itar in their Archmage's Charm deck. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. All right, sideboard. We're looking at Spell Pierce for the combo decks. Stern Scolding, of course, very nice one. Good against Lurrus decks, especially. Thoughtseize, Pithing Needle, change the equation number 2. Path of Peril against creature decks. 2 copies of Bitterblossom. I was sort of looking for things that you can play with Lurrus, permanents that are high impact. And yeah, Bitterblossom does the trick. You can also play Search for his counter, maybe. But that one's a bit slow. But yeah, I just want to have something for like grindy matchups or like against a control deck. Dropping a Bitterblossom on turn 2 is obviously pretty insane. It can just win a game on its own. Very powerful card. And yeah, also a card that's, I think, I don't think it's banned in Historic, I guess. But yeah, we'll see about that one. It's a bit of a gimmicky card. Maybe it's not good enough, but you know, it is a classic, right? It was very powerful back then in Standard. It saw play in Modern. Yeah, Fairies Align. Demonic Tutor again in the sideboard just to fetch ourselves like some of these sideboard cards. As I mentioned, perhaps in the mid-range video that I did, Go Blank seems like such a nice sideboard option to work against the graveyard. Like all these decks again. They play not like super reliant on the graveyard, but they do have some graveyard shenanigans. And so Go Blank, being able to discard their hand and then also get rid of the graveyard, great against Delve, great against escape creatures, great against Lurrus, just awesome, I think. Really nice one. Legion's End, yeah, again, sweet creature swarms, low showground creatures, and a couple mystical disputes. It's difficult to build sideboards, honestly. This early on in the format, but I don't know. This seems to be covering a lot of stuff. If there's like more degenerate decks that rely on the graveyard, which I actually have one of those coming up as well, you might need some more or some harsher graveyard hate, like some cheaper stuff, because Go Blank is a bit expensive. Later of the Void you cannot play in this deck, of course, because Lurrus. But yeah, Lurrus putting some restrictions on. You can't play like Shark Typhoon, you can't play the Ron Ring, you can't play Nazad, you can't play Sheoldred. But I think it's worth it. At least so far as it has felt like it was worth it. Just being able to always have that available to you and then grind even further and get your guys back and kill everything. This is just, it's a deck. It's a beautiful control deck. It's Demir control at its best. All right, let's play some Magic with this one. On the draw, hopefully a 1-mana removal. Indeed, we have one. Opponent takes a mulligan. I'm wondering about the cut down. Maybe cut down is just better than Bloodchief's First because, like, yes, Bloodchief's First has the better text. It's just so much more important to have an instant speed removal. When you go like Brainstorm, your opponent responds with Bowmaster. When they go Dash Ragavan, stuff like that. I'm just gonna chill on the Brainstorm. No need to rush anything. Looks like we're playing in just regular control here. Do I throw this Bowmaster out there? I don't have any follow-up. So I'm like doubtful if I want to do that. I think I'm just gonna chill. Like Bowmaster could be nice if they go like Archmage Charm end of turn or something like that. But that's obviously best case scenario. Okay, they didn't do that. Maybe I should have made an upkeep stop. Okay, they're missing land drops. I think now I'm gonna play the Bowmaster with Spell Pierce backup. Okay. Yeah, maybe I should have just waited. I do feel stupid now. Do feel a little stupid now. It's Counterspell? No, it resolves. Okay. Swords. Interesting. Not sure if I should Spell Pierce that, but it seems like the Bowmaster is annoying for them, so why not, I guess? I don't think I'm gonna need the Fatal Push anytime soon. This looks like a hard control deck over there. I'm wondering if I should just soul Sauron's Ransom right now. I think I'm going to do that. So I don't want to get countered. I could have also Mystic Sanctuaried, like a Spell Pierce back on top. Mystic Sanctuary just puts this deck also on another level. I think that one is legal in Historic, but you can't abuse it. And because you have 8 blue fetch lands here. Oh yeah, okay. I mean... yeah, I'll take the Snapcaster, honestly. Been tattoo removal, so I did the right choice there for sure. Snappy land, that was a good decision. They sort of wanted to bait me into taking the bottom. I like that approach. They wanted to bait me to take that pile. Okay, now he's snapping swords. Okay. It's unfortunate that I don't have Cling to Dust open. That would have been so nice. Cling to Dust in response to a Snappy. Super good. Alright. Will. I'm just gonna chill here, just attack. And pass. Like now they could have some powerful play, maybe. I guess they could have had also the other turn. Okay. I think I'm just using all my mana. Instead of like just going for Sauron's Ransom. Just, yeah. I'm not gonna get the Mystic Sanctuary. I think I'm gonna reserve that. For a counterspell. Like that's a card I'm gonna put back on top. I'm gonna kill my Snapcaster. We'll see. Now we also have good old, what is this ability called? The Ring on level 2. I'm gonna take the good cards, yeah. I'm not gonna... Okay, I bin the counterspell, sure. Okay. Okay, that's what you have. Alright, that's fine. I mean, it's good. It's a good play. Although, not really. I can just Snapcaster kill this. Question is, do I want to Brainstorm first to make a land drop? Probably. Although, yeah, I think so. If I don't hit, it's a bit annoying. I did. Now I can just Fatal Push as well. What do I put back? They have 4 cards. I like the Edict. Maybe just Brainstorm. Brainstorm at this point. Shock myself. Fatal Push here, I guess. And then we attack 2 here, 1 there, loot. What am I even looting at this point? Cling to Dust? Just a Brainstorm, which is a pretty boss move. Like, discarding a Brainstorm is like, yeah, I don't need that. But yeah, I really do not need it in this hand. But my opponent's gotta be scared at this point. Wait, what? You know about the Memory Lapse at the very least. And you know, I'm just gonna Spell Pierce this. That's a pretty ballsy Teferi. Slamming it out there. Yeah. Should I just use my Cling to Dust, or should I hold on to it until they play another Snappy? I think I'm holding. I'm just casting a Brainstorm. It's a bit of a wasteful Brainstorm because my hand is so good. But I don't even know, man. Maybe the Edict. I kind of want to make a land drop, to be fair. I'm just gonna dig through time here. Oh my god, I don't even know. Too much value for my brain to handle. You know what? I'm just gonna put these 2 back. It looks weird. But like, I have everything. I mean, they could... Maybe this was wrong, but I could also return Lurrus here, actually. I'm ditching the Cling to Dust now. You could return Lurrus. The Memory Lapse open. And this deck has too much value for me to handle. They kind of need Verdict to be able to survive, and you know, at that point, okay. That's why you don't play Tipperary in this format. I mean, my opponent just ported a historic deck over. That's not gonna cut it. Bowmaster Reno. It's so nice. You can just discard these spells too, because you do have. By the way, level 4 gives me 3 more damage, notably. So I could, I don't know, go for some weird lethal where I flashback Sauron's Ransom and go up to level 4 or some shit like that. Alright, whatever. Okay, they do have Verdict, yep. And yeah, opponent gives up. Nice. That was a demolishment, if I may say so. Okay, wow, we already have a matchup where we can bring in this Bitterblossom. I love it. I love it. Okay, Fatal Push, you are out. I guess first is even worse. Cling, cut down. I'll probably keep the Edict for the Planeswalkers. Scolding does hit good old Snappy. Bitterblossom. I like the Needle against all those Planeswalkers. Mystical Dispute. Change the equation can go. Spell Piece can come. Thoughtseize, yes. Demonic Tutor, yes. Go blank. And then you can maybe talk me into some Fatal Pushes, because my opponent doesn't play a Companion. They easily could have Shark Typhoon to annoy me with. And I'm a bit low on removal right now. Anything bad in my deck right now? Not really. Not really. I have a really, really nice deck here, I gotta say. I don't know if you know already, but I have a really nice deck. Yeah. 24 cards. No, this, yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to cut. This is just too many good cards. Ugh, yeah, problems. Maybe the Needle? I don't need it because I don't want these guys to resolve anyways. And then I just play more removal, because like the way I can see myself losing is to some random end of turn big shark. Don't want to die to that. I think that seems nice against Snappy. Demonic Tutor. What am I tutoring for? Whatever I need. Whatever I need. A bit clunky, maybe. Just gonna play another push. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I'm nuts cutting Demonic Tutor. I mean, the card is restricted for a reason. My deck is kind of repetitive and already has like a bunch of ways to get cards. Like Sauron's Ransom is just better than Demonic Tutor by a lot in my deck. Yeah, I take that. Just go Watery Grave tapped, I guess. Ba ba ba. Yeah, it compared to blue-white, it just feels so much nicer playing a Bowmaster control deck yourself, where you have Bowmaster. Okay. That's somewhat annoying, but I have a pretty good counterplay to that. Bitterblossom. Enchantment versus enchantment here. Ooh. Nasty. That is nasty. That is real nasty. That is really nasty. Should I Brainstorm here? Not really looking for anything. I'm gonna chill on the Brainstorm.
Only time will tell.
I'm gonna bluff a Counterspell for sure. I could play this tapped, but I'm gonna bluff a counter, like a Spell Pierce, Mystical Dispute, whatever. They instantly swords. Okay, I mean, sure. This is like a 2-mana Counterspell here. I'm a bit afraid of a counterspell. I'm gonna just pass. And also, I don't want them to resolve something problematic. Do I just ransom? Or do I brainstorm? I think I just ransom. Bitterblossom does get worse over the course of a game, so I'm gonna throw it out there next turn. But yeah. Ransom is a really sick card. I like it. I like it a lot. And it works so well with, you know, with the Delve. Also works very well with Uro or Escape in general. I mean, Sauron's Ransom and Uro in the same deck? What the heck? I love it. The 1-3. You don't see that often. Also, Mystic Sanctuary is so broken. You gonna counter that? I don't care. Yeah, you got it. Mystic Sanctuary obviously not broken against good old Rest in Peace. I mean, it does make a lot of my cards worse. I'm gonna brainstorm in response. Kind of wild that he's using his swords on my guy. That seems wrong. Okay. Put back Snappy and a land. I mean, is Snappy worse than an 8-mana card that looks for 2 more? They have 2 cards left. Snappy is not good. Here. 8-mana card. Snappy, what's better? Snappy is a 2-1 that beats. Maybe it's better, huh? Also gonna... Nah, that's unnecessary. I was thinking about shuffling, but I don't need to. I'm gonna do it in the upkeep. Brainstorm. I think that's fine. It's just too scary, like, to counter that and then see them resolve some sort of like Teferi Time Ravel or some shenanigan like that. Don't want it to happen. Or Nazet. They might be playing Nazet. Okay, there's a fetch, there's a Teferi. Am I... Which counterspell am I using is the question. Maybe just Memory Lapse, and then next turn I play Bowmaster in response to the Teferi and Snappy. And then I can sort of attack this Teferi, but not really. I could also play Bowmaster right now, technically. Should I do that? What are they gonna do then? Minus? No. Plus? Yes. But then and I attack this and then I have the Teferi and then I can resolve something powerful. I guess that's too risky. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce this. Sorry for the slow play. Opponent. Otawara on Rest in Peace, huh? Maybe. Probably. Oh, when they played Brainstorm, I could have just responded with an Orcish Bowmasters. Yeah, that would have been kind of good, huh? Jesus. Oh, yeah, that would have been good, yeah. Yeah, indeed. Well, I'm learning. I'm learning Magic. Still learning it. Okay, we're at end of turn. I could bounce this and play a Bomi. Nah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna bounce it. That's all I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna bounce it. I'm not gonna play the Bomi. I have Fatal Push for Shark Typhoon. Yeah, I was kind of thinking they might have that. Like, that's why I didn't want to play the Bomi first. I didn't want that to resolve. Unfortunately, they're very smart here, and they're doing it, but the Memory Lapse gets exiled, which kind of sucks. So I won't get my snappy counter Memory Lapse on Rest in Peace next turn, which is what I was planning to do. Okay. Well, I guess I'm countering Rest in Peace. Yeah. If they're smart, they're gonna cast Wandering Emperor in response. Nah. I mean, it is a pretty weird play to do that, honestly. I'm not even sure it's a smart play. I love this deck so much. I love it so much. It has stick for time, okay. Bit late to the party. Graveyard's gone, but it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. 3 dig through time might be one too many as well. Maybe you just want 2. It's like a lot of value in this deck already. If I may, I wanna shoot a damage over there. And another one. So they already used 2 swords, right? 1, 2, yeah. Everybody at Teferi, please. No, just pass the turn. Like, when you're ahead like this, there's no rush to doing anything, really. Rest in peace again. 1 card in hand. Resolved. Edict, and yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Lurrus or Ransom. I need to find a counterspell. I should have done the Ransom first. That was a bit weak. Weak play. Weak. You're weak. Are you kidding? I'm gonna take this. Freelance. Alright, no. Yeah. I mean, I can still brainstorm into something. Alright, let's do that. What does it say? Mill 3 cards and return a creature from a graveyard to your hand, which will not be there, right? So maybe I made a mistake there. Maybe I should have just kept the Mystic Sanctuary. It's like, now I dealt myself 2 damage for no reason, really. Could have just played the Sanctuary. I wish I had a Bowmaster. You have tokens, I have tokens, okay. Yeah, I'm probably just playing this. I'm Takenuma-ing this 2 lands from the top of my deck. It's just scribed. It's just put top 3 into the bin. It's not great, but it does get me better draws, hopefully. I can work with that, I guess. Because this is a damage race, I'm just gonna push damage when I can. I'm just gonna fatal push this. I hope I don't get punished somehow, but like, they haven't shown me much. Also a bit surprised to see Rest in Peace in the Snapcaster deck, but I guess they're not very reliant. Like, also Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, some of the best blue cards in the format are reliant on you having shenanigans. Like graveyard. I could dig through time as well here instead of Thoughtseizing. It's probably best, yeah, to just dig through time. They don't want to. Okay. Because they have a counterspell, probably. That's why they didn't want to block there. They are my counterspells, finally. So let's hope you don't have something crazy here. Okay. Do I block? Nah. No particular reason, but I am just racing, I guess. Okay, now they do it. Do I want to play around Verdict? I mean, I have Thoughtseize. I'm gonna kill this, then Thoughtseize them. I should have Thoughtseized first, to be fair. You can draw a counterspell. Okay, that was enough for them. Yeah, I don't know. That like never really felt close. Bitterblossom was kind of nice, cheap red, pretty good, and yeah, I mean, my opponent played a list that I think is not very optimal. Teferi, big Teferi at least is not very good in this format. Small Teferi is also not very good in this format. I don't know. Like, it's just put blue and white cards together. Nah, I mean, yeah, whatever. No, just the stack showed what it can do, even against the Rest in Peace, which is a pretty damning card to play against. Alright, Lurrus mirror situation. We're gonna play, hopefully no Ragavan turn 1. Yeah. Lurrus. Play Island, I guess. Lots of Lurrus, and then like Ragavan Bowmaster decks for sure. I mean, that's a very Drag Mage channel. Okay. Do I need to brainstorm to like find a removal? Am I that desperate? I don't think so. The bubble. Bubble, bubble, bubble. No bubble? Okay. Well, there's a removal. Which is a bit of a interesting removal against the Dragon Age channeler. I'm gonna be patient though. That's 2 types. I don't know. Should I let that happen or should I just kill it? I play patient. I don't know. I might get punished for it. Like, if I don't get to cut down this channel because it grows into a 3/3, that would be bad. I also don't want, like, a Bowmaster to resolve. I don't want to get Ragavant. Just shows you that two mana interaction, even on the play, against these 24 1-drop decks. Not that awesome. It's still 2 types. I'm gonna let them have that fetch. I'm not gonna respond. Shock. And then just attack for 1. If they attack for 1, I'm happy. That means a Bowmaster. Likely. Okay. Interesting. If I counter that, the Channeler might outgrow this cut down. I think I'm gonna let him have it. Then I'm just gonna cut down this Ragavan. Ragavan is more threatening than Chandler. Might go for an upkeep Brainstorm to bait them into playing Bowmaster. I think that's a good play. What do I put back? Maybe Counterspell? Maybe Snappy? I like the Edict. Definitely keep the change the equation, that's definitely happening. I think maybe Ransom actually. Nah, I'm just gonna put back the Snap. I know, I'm taking my sweet time on these decisions. I'm sorry if I'm boring you guys. They didn't go for Bomi, which is interesting. Okay. Going for the aggressive line. Spell Pierce. Yeah, you got it. I'm gonna let all that happen. I only have 1 spot removal, so I don't want to spend a spot removal on a creature and then I play another creature and then I don't, have a spot removal. Okay, now I could just draw the Snappy. They have 4 cards in hand. I guess why not? Just Edict. I feel like they have Spell Pierce. I'm just gonna chill again, I think. Looks like they have maybe another red removal or a Brainstorm as well. Either of the two. I'm gonna take 1 more hit. Like if I use Edict before taking the hit, then I play Expressive, then I counter, then they can Spell Pierce me. That's why I played it this way. The tapping there was perhaps wrong. Although, nah, I guess not. Maybe I should have just used Counterspell. Because Counterspell is kind of a lot worse. Okay, I think I'll let the Brainstorm happen. Maybe they're desperate to have that Brainstorm resolve, though. Maybe they're desperate to have it resolve. Could get Mystic Sanctuary. No, I can't get Mystic Sanctuary. Yeah, I think that's okay. I don't know. Maybe it's not okay. Like it's really interesting because again, like if the hand is like Fatal Push or whatever, and then they have a fetch land now, they're super happy about. Yeah, I think I also should have probably already killed this. Because now they can use it with a bobble, for example. Like I should have killed this after they surveilled. That was a mistake. I should have killed this after they cast Brainstorm and surveilled. Like after surveil, before the Brainstorm resolves, I should have killed that. That was not good. I'm just gonna resolve this while I can. Likely finding a land, right? Yeah. It's a pretty comfortable position I'm in. Guess I just don't have a fatal push yet, though. I have to counterspell this. They have spell pierce? No. Huh. Interesting. What do I put back? Counterspell? Bomi? Just let it resolve, right? And kill it with my own Bomi. Like, you're always so happy when you're the second one to play a Bomi. Like, it's just, sure I could trade now here. Still have the Bomi to block a Ragavan or whatever. Yeah, I don't care. I'm at 6, so double bolt gets me. That's what happens when you take a bunch of damage from Dragon Rage Channel, I guess. Yeah, okay. They're sitting on another Bowmaster, aren't they? And a hint in this game was they used Bobble with after the Brainstorm to put Drown in the Lock in the graveyard, which is crazy, right? They put a Drown in the Lock in the graveyard. That's crazy. I think that's crazy because it's a really good card. So it kind of tells me either they're crazy or they have a really good hand. And also they played the one Bowmaster really aggressively, even though they knew I had a Bowmaster because they saw it with the Bobble. So I'm feeling afraid of making a move here. I'm gonna chill. I'm glad I chilled. Very glad. That was a very nice draw because now I have Counterspell and Ransom. Okay, they didn't do anything either. That's fine. I could use change the equation, I guess. Just, or I could use Edict. Edict, if they have Bowmaster, then I have Counterspell and then they have Spell Pierce, I would get wrecked. They need Spell Pierce and Bowmaster. If I go change the equation, I can't really get wrecked much. I think I'm going with change the equation here. Man, I really like thinking through all these lines. You can really max out, I think, in a format like this. When you play well with these type of decks and these type of mirror situations, you can really max out on skill and like lower the variance, because these decks have lower variance because you have like Brainstorm and stuff. So yeah. Okay. Just gonna use this. I mean, I think I'm just gonna take the other pyre. Oh, good choice. Let's attack first, I guess. Nice. Just chill, do nothing. They have Bowmaster. Pretty sure about that. Do I want to make more land drops here? Or just get rid of the cling? Probably just get rid of the cling, yeah. Interesting. Really looks like they're Bowmaster, they're just looking for a good opportunity to play it, I guess. I have 6, 7 mana. If I shock myself, I have triple Counterspell up. Maybe it's too egregious. I think I'm okay with that. I could snap here Ransom. I could also cling. Draw a card. Snappy Ransom. What could go wrong? They have like Bowmaster and a Counterspell. That wouldn't be good, no. That would not be good. Okay, I'm gonna use Cling. I'm gonna exile the only sorcery I guess they have. They're gonna go for Bowmaster now. They're gonna go for Lightning Bolt. They have lethal. They have like Lightning Bolt and another Counterspell. Wow. I didn't think they had double. Oh my god. Not bad. Well played. They had double bolts. Wow. Yeah, I did not play around that. Okay, this game was very winnable. I could have easily played around that by being a little bit more patient. But yeah, I mean, I would have super died if I would have gone for the snappy. Huh. Nice. Okay, I mean, I would think you would. I guess they're just running 4 bolts, huh? Damn. And I had the cling as well to gain myself up to 9 life. Like, I could have easily just discarded the fatal push and then cling up to 9 and play around that. It's a little bit like, you know, when I'm building these Grixis decks, I don't put 4 bolts into them. And I feel like I shouldn't just think like that. I should think like other people think, and other people put 4 bolts into their decks. So I should have that on my mind a little bit more. That game was very winnable, and that was clearly a loss to myself. And that is what happens often, I feel like, in at least with I don't know. I don't know if it happens that often actually, but at least when I played Legacy a lot, I after the game I was like, oh damn, if I would have done that a little differently, I would have won this. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta play tight. That was definitely my fault. That was definitely my fault. I could have beaten double bolt. Scolding comes in. Oh man, I had this game so locked up, which is so annoying. Oh man, I hate that type of feeling. Like when you've already like won a game and then you just mess it up. Stupid. I guess go blank. They haven't shown me a treasure cruise yet. They might have some sort of weird artifact that could bother me. Ah, that was so frustrating to lose that game. I hate it and everything around it. Not sure if cutting the Memory Lapse is good, but like Memory Lapse not that good against a deck with a bunch of 1-drops. Well played by the opponent. Okay, let's just concentrate and win the other two. Dad, I should not have let that slip away, really. That's alright. Sounds alright. I'm not gonna mulligan this. It's the second time I'm losing with a control deck to these Grixis decks, where I would think that I'm having a very good matchup, right? Like, second time I'm losing to this, and it's just they can always sneak it out. The sick thing about this is like they function so well on like 3 or 4 lands, and that's why they have like 4 extra cards. Then when I'm playing like a long game and I have 7 lands in play or whatever, 8 lands. I also could have maybe prevented more damage. I was just, man, dying to double bolt. I have to play differently than I did, I think. I took too much damage maybe in that game. I don't know. It was tough. It was tough. It was tough. It was tough. Tough game. Tough luck. 9 damage through 3 bolts in that game. Tough luck. It's gotta feel nice to have a Bowmaster against another Bowmaster deck. You can always chill and wait with your Bowmaster, and then it's super nice. They concede? I guess they were missing lands. Something like Bitterblossom might actually not be that bad in this matchup. But it's obviously worse on the draw. I wonder about Edict. Maybe Edict is just bad. It's bad against Bowmaster. Spell Pierce might not be that terrible either, like just countering an expressive iteration, maybe. Maybe these. So scary to play against that Grixis deck when you're on the draw. It's really scary. I think I'm just gonna play both Edicts. Just I want all the removal I can get, because like the only way I just don't want to die to like a Ragavan or whatever. I really rather have an eliminate for this matchup, that's for sure, than like the Sheoldred's Edict. Maybe I should play 1 and 1. Okay. I can keep this. I don't have a Fatal Push, which is obviously the best card on the draw, but double Bowmaster makes me feel pretty secure. Opponent mulliganing a bunch. No Ragavan is incredibly good for me. Delver. It's like I could play my Bowmaster, but then I would run, like they could resolve a expressive duration. And if I pass, then they just pass maybe back to me and I don't have anything. I think like Like then they have a counterspell for my Bowmaster. That would not be good. So which one do I kill? Actually, this could be a 3/2. I don't have a good answer for a 3/2 right now. I think I'm just gonna kill the Delver. I think, by the way, Delver is terrible. Like, it's a terrible card. It's so bad against Bowmaster. Just don't play it. And you don't have Ponder, which really helps with the Delver in this format. You only have Brainstorm to set it up. In Legacy you have Ponder. Just don't like it. I'm gonna not cast my Bowmaster here. I'm gonna play Patient. My opponent is super dead here, of course. There's no world where they're coming back. No. Okay. I feel like I could have won that game too if I played a bit safer. And that was a good, learning loss, I lost that game, but I think I learned how to play better in the future. So that's good. Okay, we're up against the Lurrus opponent with a 1-lander here. 1-lander of good removal. Still a 1-lander though. Opponent takes them all. I have a Brainstorm as well. I'm gonna risk it. I wouldn't keep this without the Brainstorm, of course. I wouldn't keep it just like with these 6 cards essentially and 1 random. The Brainstorm gives us a deeper look. Do I have a discard? No, not a bobble. Swamp Bobble. Unusual start. One's also playing blue-black, but maybe... I don't know what's going on. Oh, that was an important land drop to make. Yeah, better lucky than good, huh? If I didn't make that there, they could have, like, Bowmastered me. Guess I can Brainstorm here because I could just kill the Bowmaster. Fatal push. They also missed the land drop, huh? Don't have to pull the trigger, I guess. I think I'm gonna pull the trigger. Okay. Well, that's a lot better actually for me. Why is that better, you might ask? Because now I can just Bowmaster you guy, end of turn. Oopsie daisy, opponent. I mean, opponent didn't know I was... They just saw the snappy, right, from the bubble, so they didn't know I was playing blue-black, I guess. But they saw a Bloodstained Mire. Do I just Brainstorm here? Probably, right? Okay. Put back. Can't shuffle anyhow. So just put back Snappy Dig. Like Snappy Bloodchief first. Grixis again, with a Swamp as a start. Blue-black start with double bubble. Opponent also kept a bit of a shaky hand. No attacks. It looks like another Bowmaster, right? Wow. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fine. Makes me think they have Brainstorm in hand. I guess Bubble. Sure. This Grixis Shadow deck is like the most popular deck, huh? It's not a Shadow deck. I mean, I haven't seen Shadow. I don't know if it's a Shadow deck. But this Grixis deck is popular. Missing land drops. A little unfortunate. But yeah, again, you gotta be very careful. Play patiently and all that. But yeah, the late game is better for me, so I'm happy to play this back and forth where nothing happens. So they don't pop the bubble. That's just maybe they play around Bowmaster, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. Return Lurrus. Could dig through time, but then they have Spell Pierce. I think I'm just gonna snappy Brainstorm here and bait out the Spell Pierce. It just makes me think they have Spell Pierce, I don't know. Let that happen, okay. No shuffling. I'm probably just going to use the Cling to draw a card here. Yeah. I guess I could dig through time in the upkeep. But then they're going to Spell Pierce me, so that's not a good idea. Yeah, I'm just slowly making land drops. No rush on the dig through time here. Probably should have just taken the land, actually. Like, getting out all the cards to make Lurrus not good with Cling to Dust seems like a bit of too much of a hassle here. I'm not going to be able to get rid of all of these, so I should have just taken the land and disrupted the Delirium a little bit. Alright, 4 cards in the bin, 2 dig through times. Yeah, I'm just going to play around Spell Pierce, keep that in mind. Now they're going to bobble, sure. I don't know, I just like this gameplay. Like this little cat and mouse, these tight blue decks. Bowmasters. Ugh, man, yeah, that card. Kinda cannot not play that card, right? Like in a Brainstorm format. It's too good. Okay. Pretty happy about that. Just happy to have a target for these 1-mana cards here. Get some cards into my graveyard, you know, I'm happy about that. I play Shadow, okay. Well, I have plenty of answers. So now if I dig through time, I still have only 5, so I would walk into Spell Pierce. So again, no rush on that, no rush. Just gonna Bloodchief first here. Gonna respond, yeah. They know about the change. But I know I have a counterspell for whatever they play here. Stubborn Denial. For a second I was thinking I could just, what I'm thinking right now is I could just let that resolve and Fatal Push again. That way I'm insulated against another Stubborn Denial plus the Lurrus. Like if I use this and they go Lurrus and then I use Counterspell, they can Stubborn Denial me. I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting. The argument against that, of course, is that I'd rather have a better variety of cards in my hand. Like 2 counterspells of Fatal Push is better than 3 counterspells. But yeah, I'm playing around the Stubborn Denial here, so. And if they play Stubborn Denial, they likely don't play Spell Pierce, which I, by the way, think is wrong. It's like if you only have Shadow, Stubborn Denial is not good enough. Alright. Brainstorm. Nah, that's not happening. That ain't gonna happen here. Doot. And now one more. Yeah, you have a lot of use for the graveyard. Between all those, okay. Bomi. Land, I guess. Do I play Bomi? I don't think so. There's no rush. I'm more worried about, again, the same what I was worried about the turn prior. Like, if I tap out too much, then something like Spell Pierce / Stubborn Denial can get me. They're free cards. Should be pretty safe, right? They need like double Counterspell to stop my Bowmaster. Play it patient. Opponent's at 7, by the way, so. No rush. I have the advantage. I have triple Counterspell in hand. Don't need to do anything here, really. You are not playing Lurrus, huh? This is a bit of a wasteful Brainstorm, but I just want to trigger something. Like if they have Bowmaster here, I want them to play it. Because I have everything, I'm not even feeling inclined to cast Dig Through Time right now. Like I have everything I need. Like in this format, you just, oh, they didn't want to go for it, okay. I feel like you just want to play patient sometimes in these situations. Like there's no rush. Just respond to your opponent responding, like to your opponent doing something, react when you're ahead in a position like this. Like I don't need to do anything. I'm sitting on these counter spells. And I don't want to walk into like Spell Pierces and Stubborn Denials or whatever. I just want to have my mana up at all times. I can just put Fatal Push back on top. But I can also just put I actually don't have... I already have a Mixed Mystic in play, so I cannot fetch a Mystic. But I like countering that, because it is better if they have Stubborn and Isle in hand, which they probably do not. Yeah. I had it all covered at all times. I'm gonna shuffle. I could do this all day. I love this type of gameplay. It's combining two things I love. Legacy type gameplay and Arena. Good job, Arena. Doing something right. Yeah, my position is so unbelievably good. Yeah. But also, like, I'm out of here. Okay. Grixis Shadow. Pretty similar matchup. What did I see? Just Ragavan, Bowmaster. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, I got an eliminate in here over one edict. What do you sideboard here? I'm starting to think that Mystical Dispute is probably not what you want, honestly. It's nice against Expressive Iteration, but besides that, not very good. Scolding, I guess, yeah. And could run Legion's End. Could run Bitterblossom. Maybe that's nuts. Maybe on the play I try that. Not gonna lie, Swords to Plowshares would be nice in this deck as well, but mana issues, of course. Like if you add a third color, it's gonna be a lot more tricky. Can't fetch Island as much. I mean, I'm gonna keep, but of course the turn 1 Ragavan is just always scary. With a hand like this, you would be like, ah, God, give me that 1 mana rule. I don't even have a 2 mana rule. Just like folding to a Ragavan. Just don't Ragavan me, please. Opponent's in a tank. See? It's not only me who's thinking. Sometimes you need some time to think. Okay, no Ragavan is a big game. Big game. Oh, I forgot about Gobelin, totally. Could have ported that in. End of turn Delta. Crack. Crack, fetch, shock, blood crypt, lightning bolt your face. No, just want to crack, thin the deck out, and deal myself damage because I'm playing that shadow. I respect that. Maybe they're just playing Bowmaster, but Bowmaster is so bad into Bowmaster, right? Like, if I have a Bowmaster, you're gonna hate yourself. The turn 2 Ragavan I can deal with. Three cards in hand. Wow. Okay. Huh. Mm. I'm just gonna fire this Brainstorm off. I just want to dig a little deeper. Hmm. I'm recording. Yeah, let's just throw this out there. I think. Sure, they might get to resolve something, I guess, but like the worst that could happen here is like Bowmaster and the Spell Pierce or something like that. Maybe this was unnecessary. Maybe I could have like done nothing for another turn. Just like go into my turn. They have a 1/1. I mean, I'm gonna choose the other pile. Okay, pretty similar stuff. How about drawing a black removal? Okay, thank you. I've seen every single counterspell I have in my deck. In the top 15, it feels like. By the way, you can't see, but there are Lurrus behind me, of course, at all times. But you cannot see that. Maybe I should put myself in a different position. But yeah, there's a Lurrus here. Right here. Just so well hidden, huh? It's impossible for you guys to see. Whoops. Where do I put myself? I'm just chilling. Letting my Ransom resolve. Just chilling. Yeah. Maybe they're sitting on a bunch of shadows and they can't play them because they're too high. 5. Could have eliminated that, I guess. Maybe I'm playing a little too patient. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna take this pile. Okay. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna get bolted out again. Triple bolt to my face. Would be funny. I mean, they found a fetch land, but they didn't want to play Shadow. A Shadow. These 2 blue, please. Come on, are you serious? Autopay, okay. Okay. So why didn't I want to play removal? Because this is such a nice Bowmaster target. Opponent, hey, come on! You already gone? I wasn't done yet. I wasn't done yet! Okay, this played out the best so far of all the decks I tried, I must say. Why is that? I think, for one, this deck is very good against any spot removal stacks like Lightning Bolts, Fatal Push. All those cards are pretty embarrassing against you. All your cards are like 2-for-1s. On top of all of that, you can just get him back with Lurrus later on anyways. So very good against all the spot removal. And of course, as the format is you have to play a bunch of 1-mana spot removal. You have to play a bunch of those to be able to defeat Deathrite Shaman and Ragavan on turn 1, right? So yeah, and then we play the necessary removal ourselves, and we have a bunch of counter spells. We have some of the sick blue card draw spells here. Just a good package. The best card in the format also in there. Mystic Sanctuary, so you never run out of gas. Lurrus, so you never run out of gas. I mean, you saw I often won without ever even returning Lurrus, right? And you just have to think about that. Like, I could have even gone further into the grindy stage, right? If I would have played more, like just getting Lurrus at the end back when you have nothing left, and then getting your Snappies back or your Bowmasters. Your opponent has to be prepared for that as well. It's almost like overkill. It felt like overkill in these games, at least, right? But also my opponents didn't have like the most impressive draws maybe in those 3 matches. Besides that Lightning Bolt kill, that was pretty good stuff, although I could have won against that. Yeah, so, but yeah, I did play some practice games before, and I did return Lurrus a couple times there, and it was, you know, just getting the job done, of course. Yeah, I like this deck. Not really anything that would change. Maybe play a second cut down over the Bloodchief's first. But hey, Bloodchief's first cleanly kills Goyf and Shadow, for example, which cut down does not at all. Then again, cut down can kill a Orc in response. When you have like a Brainstorm on the stack, they go Orc, you can cut down the Orc. I don't know, 1-2, whatever, it's fine. Fatal Push, clearly the king. Yeah, sideboard, I don't hate anything here. Path of Peril is maybe unnecessary. The Bitterblossom is maybe unnecessary. We would have beaten that blue-white opponent anyways, probably, but it gives us... It really went around Rest in Peace, which that was cool, because this deck is definitely susceptible to Graveyard Hate. I mean, we have Dig Through Time, Snappy, and Lurrus. The rest of the deck is not that reliant on Graveyard Hate. Mystic Sanctuary 2 relies on the Graveyard, but yeah, just having a threat, a kill condition that you can play that doesn't rely on that is kind of nice. And if I wouldn't... Like, Mystic Sanctuary is also a bit of a question mark, because it does restrict your mana base a little bit. If I wouldn't play that, I would be able to play like more manlands. I would be able to play Castle Vantress, for example. I would be able to play what's it called? Mirrex, probably, as a one-off. I think Mirrex as a one-off could be good. Just as another like clean kill condition, maybe. But yeah, I think this deck is really good in the blue matchups already. So yeah, I'm kind of in love with it. I think this is, you know, if you're looking to craft something and like play, this deck seems rock solid. Like, this deck seems like it could. I wouldn't be ashamed if tomorrow would be a timeless tournament to sleeve this up and, you know, just run with it. And I'm not saying that just because I'm biased towards Dimir. I'm pretty sure that this deck is pretty good. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this deck as much as I enjoyed playing it. And yeah, with that being said, I see you in the next one. Take care.